I'm not going to lie, I'm glad David Hardy went first with saying Lachlan Kritsonis' name, because I probably would have said Lachlan Kritsonis. I don't know. I'd have messed that one up.
I actually went to the back and asked Thomas Webb what his name was, and I still guarantee I got it wrong. So sorry, Mr. Kritsonis. Coming out in the southpaw stance for Kritsonis, something that you would anticipate from a guy who's a wrestler, probably wrestles off his right leg.
Exactly, especially a right-handed wrestler is normally right foot forward.
Kritsonis looking nice, has good movement, good foundation underneath him, and looks nice short right hook.
For the head kick, and it landed. That head kick landed. He's trying to set up a guillotine here, so he used to pull it and get back up.
Scrambles to the top. Nice knee.
This 125ers is bringing it.
Nice sharp hands. Kritsonis with a nice low center of gravity. He's throwing power behind these shots too. These shots are landing hard.
He's very composed for a fighter. You know, early in his career, he's got a guy hurt in front of him, and he's staying composed. Look, he's just staying to the basics.
He's got a good understanding of his range. He knows how long and how far away he needs to be to keep this guy out of, keep the guy in a good position where he doesn't take any shots. For an arm out guillotine here.
See if Mr. Lopez completes this takedown correctly to stay out of the guillotine. He went right into it, but the slam will help him pop out.
It comes out.
See how the wrestler does off his back here.
Always interesting, but you gotta figure this guy. He trains with T-Web MMA. You gotta think he gets out to Lafayette, Louisiana, works with Tim Crater. I'm willing to bet he's pretty competent everywhere.
It looked like at the beginning he was trying to set up a triangle off the right-hand side using that wrist control, but like he's content to kind of lock down with the body lock here. There's not really any attacks with your body lock.
Melvin Lopez doing a good job too, keeping Lachlan's hips between his, and shutting down what could potentially be dangerous for him. Not much action here. Like to see Mr. Lopez posture up and drop some shots. Lachlan doing a good job keeping his posture broken.
Yeah, Lachlan's doing a good job nullifying the position. He's not necessarily trying to sweep or create any space, but he's definitely keeping anything from happening.
Kind of covering up the mouth there, doing like a savvy little trick to disrupt the breathing. I'm not mad at it.
Tito Ortiz special.
That's right.
Now Lachlan's gonna look like he was opening up there. It looks like we're trying a basic scissor sweep almost, just to create just a little bit of movement. I see him getting his feet in the hips and explode back. So I think about these amateur rounds, he spent the last minute and a half just basically in guard. It goes by fast.
Absolutely, and that's something these young guys have to realize is any time on your back, especially in the amateur ranks, it's a short round. Getting the second round started. Got to think that Lachlan lost the first round laying on his back there for a little too long. But a competitive guy.
You know, it'll be interesting to see. You know, he definitely was stayed on his back for a long time, but he landed the shot that dropped Lopez earlier in the round. He managed to get a takedown, but outside of that, nothing really happened. Yeah. So again,
be interesting to see how the judges and the judges here are actually guys that I know, and I think they're pretty intelligent people who know how to score a fight. Lachlan looking really smooth on his feet. I mean, real measured, nice sharp hands. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Especially for a two-fight amateur.
Man, very, very, very composed. And, you know, his hands, his basics looks very sharp, especially for a wrestler.
Just took a nice shot. Didn't wear it very, you know, nothing.
Showing a nice little chin there. Nice whizzer to turn in.
Nice hips. Very nice. Ooh, Lachlan picking a head kick up. Nice double underhooks here. Good head control. You got to think that a guy's wrestling pedigree kind of plays into them being so composed in the early parts of their career. You know, these guys have, a guy like Lachlan has competed a lot and knows what it's like to be under fire.
Oh, 100%, man. The wars you go through in the training room to be a wrestler, and it doesn't matter the city you're in, the state you're in, wrestling's wrestling. It's dirty, it's nasty, but you learn composure, you learn the struggle. You know, the most things, I learned more in wrestling than I did in the Army. I don't know. I mean, I loved it.
I tell everybody, if you want to get your kids in a sport, go on and get them wrestling. Lachlan taking a nice straight right hand to the chin. Kind of shook him. Got to watch for the way that Lopez is reacting to Lachlan's head kick. I haven't seen great defense to it yet. Something to watch as the fight plays out. I'd like to see him defend the takedown here.
And Lopez has been able to take down Lachlan quite often. This is a very, very close fight.
Very close fight. Hard to score, too. I mean, Lachlan doing the better work on the feet and then getting scored on, but Lopez not really being able to do much with it. Kritsonis needs to be fishing for this underhook on this right side. Trying to build back to his feet, make something happen. He can't lay here for the rest of the round.
Yeah, you know, 10 seconds left in the round. You're giving away the round. The longer you stay on your back, no matter what you did early in the round, the judges see the position. It's what you see at the end a lot of the times matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of the reasons one of the things we practice at my gym is constantly, when the round ends, whatever we're doing, you jump to your feet. Because if the last thing the judges see is both one of you struggling to get up and the other guy getting up really quickly, I might give that guy that round.
Absolutely. You got to finish strong. And you know, I think we've all seen that body language matters. Every way you can try to win the fight, do the best you can. Yeah, jump up with your hands up, jump up, be spry.
You know, going into the third round here, I think I've got this fight 1-1. What about you?
I think it would be fair to say 1-1, but I would not be surprised if Melvin Lopez was up by 2, just because he's ended both rounds on top. For you and me, guys who are educated, we're watching, and obviously Lachlan Kritsonis is doing the better work on his feet, but it's hard to say how these guys are judging it.
You know, especially with Melvin Lopez is winning the takedown battle right now. So even with the great stuff on his feet from Lachlan, he's getting taken down in every round so far. All right, let's see who makes the adjustment here in the third round.
Let's keep an eye on that head kick. I'd like to see Kritsonis go back to it.
I think Mr. Norris telling them there, hey, we're not going to just sit on our back, boys.
I like it. Mr. Stan McCamish always doing a great job. Old vet of the cage. Hey, nice switch knee. I don't know. I think that might have scooted in on the body.
Thought that was...
Maybe his foot...
Thought that was straight some belly button action there.
You know, sometimes what happens is the knee lands and the foot kind of still slaps you right in the cup. So.
Yeah, you've got the knee and the shin as well, kind of just continues behind it. Yep. And I like the aggression coming out from Mr. Lachlan there, though.
Agreed. Lachlan, a sharp kid. I'll be talking to Mr. Thomas Webb after this fight and maybe getting Lachlan out to Houston sometime to work with me.
And the kid, he looks great. You're talking about his third fight. He looks composed. His basics look great. Just his overall presence. I'm really impressed.
I'm impressed as well.
Hands nice and high, tight.
Good sharp hands too. Nice delivery. And though he's probably naturally right-handed. I think that's why we can. That's why he's fighting in that southpaw stance, a guy from a wrestling background. But I don't know.
You know, and if you go back to the shot that dropped Lopez in the first round, it was a right hook.
Got to defend the takedown.
And that can be a sneaky punch from a southpaw position.
Absolutely. Hardest one for me to see when I'm facing a southpaw. Southpaw orthodox. That left hook right hook tends to clip me a lot. Nice gritty work here from Melvin Lopez. Really fighting for this double leg takedown. You got to think he's probably worn down at this point, too.
You know, that's very, very smart fight here from Mr. Melvin Lopez out of Fitness Fight Factory. Johnny Bedford and the guys, man, they know exactly what they're looking for. And, you know, you can see his coach there, Johnny Bedford, in this corner. He's doing a great job of controlling, and he's still doing damage when he's got him on the ground.
And so doing what it takes to win the fight. And, yeah, impressive stuff from Melvin Lopez. I would like to see Mr. Kritsonis try to work to his feet here. Like we talked about in the last fight, these guys have to be able to get to their feet as well as they're able to set up a triangle or an armbar. They should be able to return back to their feet, something these guys have to work in their gym.
Short on time here. Lachlan setting up a triangle. You know, at this point in the fight, they're both really sweaty. It's going to be hard to finish a triangle from there.
Sweaty, and there's a lot of blood in both of their legs. You know, it's harder to get the squeeze on somebody here. A savvy pass from Melvin Lopez. Good stuff.
You know, when this fight started, if you had told me that one of the fighters was going to win a grinding-out wrestling-style fight, I don't think I would have picked Mr. Lopez, not knowing his background.
Agreed. I mean, you gotta mark it up to the type of talent that's in the area. Of course, having a guy like Johnny Bedford in your corner, you know he's getting good advice. You know he's taking training seriously, and yeah, very impressive stuff from the Fitness Fight Factory export. Nice, solid side control. And like we talked about earlier, he's not on his knees. He's taking all the space away. He's applying pressure to Lachlan here.
Driving in with those toes. Lachlan, you know, trying to get a last-second scramble up to use the cage, and I'm not sure if he's going to complete. I think Lopez is going to allow him to turn a little bit and just settle back down.
We've got 15 seconds here, and I'm honestly not sure who's won this fight.
I have to think that Melvin Lopez's takedowns has won him this fight.
I think you can argue that Melvin's won every round, and that leads me to believe that Melvin has won the fight.
You know, the biggest moment of the fight came in the very first few seconds of the fight, that right hook that dropped Melvin. But since then, you know, it's been this close, grinded-out type of fight, and the first few seconds of the fight are forgotten by the end of the third.
Absolutely. What an interesting matchup. Good fight.
Very entertaining fight. Both of these fighters look to have a great future in front of them.
Good showing by both guys. I'll get both these guys together in a room and sort things out. If you can't tell, I'm constantly looking for training partners.
Hey, Matt's coming to Houston and taking everybody out there. Hey, you've been a great help to one of my guys, man. Christian Lira can't stop talking about working with danger. So.
I invest time in all aspects of it. I moved to Houston because I believed in the Houston MMA scene, and I believed that those guys could help me get to where I'm trying to get. And you know, I think we're seeing how well our region fares on the big stage and everywhere in between. And you got to be excited about what's coming up.
Let's get the official decision here from Mr. Dynamite Dave Hardy.
After 3